looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah, amazing.
Wow, that looks like it's just stepped out of the showroom.
Isn't it good?
Wow.
What do you reckon?
I just can't believe it. I mean, we've come such a long way. I mean, it came to us basically in bits and in boxes, and now look at it. That is one sexy looking 911 SE, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always knew it was going to look like this when it was finished, but I can see you've come a long way to get it finished, because these wings, they were rotten, weren't they?
Oh, mate, there was an enormous amount of work, honestly, to get those back to a good state and get them back on the car, but it was so worth it.
Yeah, with the wings looking as good as they do and tied in with the rest of the paintwork, which is cleaned up lovely. Right, I don't know how to contain my excitement over this interior.
Have a look at this. Hasn't it cleaned up well? Look at that.
That is just epic. I absolutely love it. Right, well, out there somewhere are some belting roads. Can I have first drive?
Go on, get in, mate.
So how much has this incredible transformation of our Porsche 911 cost us? I got the car for a bargain price of just 27 grand. Elvis's front wing fabrication and paint job was 650. My heated windscreen and wiring loom, 360. The top end rebuild and engine replacement parts were 1,780. And the brake upgrade was 2,500. Which means that Porsche owes us a total of £32,290. which for a G-Body 911 SE isn't half bad. I just hope it drives as good as it looks.
I mean, mate, tell me how it feels. Sat right there, how's it feel?
Mate, I'll tell you what, you have transported me into my happy place. It doesn't get much better than this for me. Look at where we are. This car is absolutely fantastic. First time I've driven it. Listen to that engine, that
Yes, look at that.
Oh, it's just... Elvis is proper. This is me in my happy place.
I can tell, mate, yeah. I mean, look, that engine just reaches the red line with total ease, and it sounds so good, doesn't it?
It sounds fantastic, and it's the bit about these cars I really love, because they're not monumental horsepower. It's only about, 190, 195 horsepower. It would have lost a few over the years as well. And it shouldn't really work, should it? There's a quarter of a ton of weight hanging out over the rear axle.
Everything's wrong about
Everything's wrong, but there's something just amazing. The engine pushes you along. You can feel it pushing you up this little steep hill here, which makes the steering a bit more intuitive, and you know exactly where it's going to go on the road. You can feel it underneath you working this car, and that's why I absolutely love a Porsche 911. To wrap all that up in the feeling of this particular car with this Porsche interior, I'm so in love with this car. It's insane how much I love it. Heated screen.
Yeah, that's working a treat,
It's working wonderful, isn't it?
It's those little details, mate, that will make this usable for somebody.
But have we ripped the soul out of the car, or have we created a proper driver's car?
Well, look, I'm hoping we've got a car that someone can use every single day for their daily commute, get some pleasure and enjoyment out of it all of the time, but when they want to, can take it to roads like this and properly go for it. I'll tell you what, I'd love to get behind the wheel and have a go.
Well, I was just thinking, look at these mountains around us.
Yes, please.
Why don't we have a little swapperoonie?
Yes, please.
And you go and take on the mountains, and let's see if we've got a daily driver's car.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Like the sound of that?
I cannot wait, because I can see the smile on your face. I want a bit of that.
Right then, fella, this is really your first time you've driven this car properly. Last time you had a pair of goggles on and no wings.
Yeah, it's
so
a lot
come
less
on,
windy.
I want your first impression.
Oh, look, that's my first impression, man. This is unbelievable. You know, when you bought this car, and when I first drove it when it was half built, you could already tell it had the great basis. And although you can use this as a daily driver, it's still a sports car at its heart. It still feels like a proper out-and-out 911 should. And you know, roads like this, look, it's like a fluttering ribbon isn't it? Just finding its way through these beautiful mountains. This car is perfect for these roads, and it feels incredible. It's got the power, it's got the performance, it handles really well. I mean, the brakes are great when we come to these big stops into the corners. It sounds incredible.
Try the brakes. They're good, aren't they? Look at that. You needed to use them then, didn't you? Hey?
Yeah, amazing. Mate, I love this car. I absolutely love it. I want to keep it.
It has to be sold.
I know. So what do you think? I mean, first of all, who's going to buy it and how much do you think we're going to sell it for?
Well, the person who's going to buy it is us, aren't they? They're going to be the same as us. They're going to be that person that wants to buy a classic sports car, but wants to use it every day and is not frightened to use it.
I think you're right.
And as for the price, I was thinking of asking 35 grand for it.
Mate, it's a very fair price. I mean,
it's a bargain.
It's a lot of car for 35 grand.
It's an absolute bargain for 35 grand. And I think whoever buys this car, if they drive it every day and they look after it, it's the same as putting money under the mattress. They're never going to lose money out of it. They're just going to make money out of it.
Yeah,
they look after it. Happy with that?
Absolutely.
Right, so don't break it because I've got to sell it. So just drive it carefully now.